Imagine a canvas. It's blank, untouched. But then, a stroke of paint hits the surface, a vibrant splash of color, followed by another, and yet another. It's a dance of colors, shapes, and lines. This, my friends, is art therapy in its purest form. A therapeutic technique rooted in the idea that creative expression can foster healing and mental well-being. Picture a woman, we'll call her Jane. Jane was your average woman going about her life until one day, she wasn't. The world around her seemed to crumble as she was diagnosed with a chronic illness. The once vibrant colors of her life now seemed dull and muted, but then she discovered art therapy. Jane was hesitant at first, her artistic abilities limited to stick figures and doodles. But the art therapist reassured her, it's not about creating a masterpiece, it's about the process, the journey, and the exploration of self. Jane picked up a brush and began to paint. She painted her fears, her frustrations, her hopes, her dreams. It was messy and chaotic, much like the storm brewing inside her. But with each stroke, each splash of color, Jane began to understand herself better. She found a way to express her feelings, her emotions, the ones she struggled to put into words. The art therapist was there, guiding Jane, helping her interpret the artwork, providing insights into her emotional state. Jane was not alone in her journey. She had found a safe space, a sanctuary where she could express herself freely without judgment. Art therapy became Jane's lifeline, a beacon of hope in the midst of her storm. It helped her cope with her illness, manage her stress, and improve her self-esteem. Jane was healing, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. So, how does art therapy work? Art therapy, in its most basic form, is a therapeutic technique that uses the creative process of making art to improve a person's physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It involves the use of visual arts, including drawing, painting, sculpting, and other forms of creative expression. But art therapy is not just about creating art. It's about the process, the journey, and the exploration of self that comes with it. The cornerstone of art therapy lies in its ability to tap into our subconscious. It's like an artistic voyage into the inner recesses of our minds. The colors we use, the shapes we draw, the images we create, they all carry meanings, often reflecting our thoughts, emotions, and experiences that words might fail to express. Art therapists are trained professionals who guide individuals through this therapeutic process. They provide a safe space, materials, and assistance, enabling individuals to express themselves freely. The artwork created then serves as a communication tool, a visual language that the therapist can interpret and discuss with the individual. But remember, art therapy is not about creating a masterpiece, it's about the cathartic experience of self-expression and the insights that emerge from it. It's about finding healing and understanding within the creative process. Art therapy is particularly effective during times of crisis, changes in circumstance, trauma, and grief. According to research, art therapy helps people feel more in control of their own lives and helps relieve anxiety and depression, including among cancer patients, tuberculosis patients in isolation, and military veterans with PTSD. In addition, art therapy assists in managing pain by moving mental focus away from the painful stimulus. Memories and trauma are stored in a different part of the brain than verbal language. That is why talk therapy on its own may not be as beneficial for people who have experienced trauma as when it's combined with art therapy. If someone is in therapy with the goal of healing from past trauma, creating art can help them tap into the part of the brain where these memories are stored. Art therapy can be used as a way for people to express their feelings and experiences who do not communicate well verbally. Children, for example, may not yet have the skills to put their experiences or feelings into words, but they can use art as a form of expression. Art therapy finds its application across a wide spectrum. It's beneficial for people of all ages, from children to the elderly. It's used in various settings, including hospitals, schools, mental health clinics, and even prisons. Art therapy can help people cope with stress, anxiety, depression, trauma, and other mental health issues. It can also assist those dealing with chronic illnesses, disabilities, or undergoing significant life changes. In essence, art therapy promotes self-exploration, understanding, self-esteem, and emotional resilience. It provides a platform for individuals to express their feelings and thoughts in a non-judgmental and supportive environment. Art therapists are credentialed mental health professionals. They are trained in a broad range of psychological theory and ways to use art media and creative processes to help people cope with mental health challenges. Art therapists hold master's level or higher degrees. Art therapists serve diverse communities in different settings, from medical institutions like hospitals, cancer treatment centers, and psychiatric facilities, to wellness centers and schools. Many art therapists have independent practices. They also help support individuals and communities after a crisis or traumatic event. Art therapy, a dance of colors, shapes, and lines, it's more than just creating art. It's a journey of self-exploration, of healing, of understanding. It's bridging the gap between the mind and the heart, the conscious and the subconscious. It's about finding your voice in the silence, your light in the darkness. So if you feel lost, if you're struggling, or even if you're just curious, why not explore art therapy? You don't need to be Picasso or Van Gogh. All you need is an open mind and heart. Step into the world of colors, let your feelings guide your brush, and who knows, you might just find yourself along the way. Dive into the healing power of art therapy. The canvas is waiting.